Get ready, Lakers Nation, because the ground in Los Angeles is shaking with a rumor that could change everything about this roster. Imagine the fan-favorite guard Austin Reaves, the heart and soul of this team, possibly leaving the purple and gold in exchange for a defensive anchor who could solve one of the biggest problems haunting this franchise. Yes, reports suggest the Lakers are seriously considering a blockbuster trade to acquire Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton, a move that would shake up the roster and redefine their title hopes. But here's the big question. Would this deal make the Lakers unstoppable, or would it break the very chemistry that's kept them competitive? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear goes beyond headlines. It's a full breakdown of what's on the table, why this trade makes sense, and what it means for the Lakers' future. When it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, surprises are part of the culture, but this latest rumor takes things to an entirely new level. According to reports, the front office is weighing a bold trade that would send Austin Reaves and Gabe Vincent to Brooklyn in exchange for Nick Claxton, plus a 2027 first-round pick and a 2029 first-round pick swap. This isn't just a minor adjustment. It's a philosophical shift in how the Lakers plan to win now while also preparing for life after LeBron James. Think about it. Reaves, an undrafted player turned starter, has become a symbol of resilience and effort, a player who connects deeply with the fan base. Trading him would not only alter the locker room dynamic, but would also ignite emotional reactions from Lakers fans everywhere. Yet, the logic behind the move is hard to ignore. The Lakers' Achilles heel has been painfully clear for the past two playoff runs: rim protection and interior defense. Despite significant improvements in perimeter scoring and playmaking, especially after the high-profile addition of Luka Doncic, the team still lacks a dominant defensive presence in the paint. That's where Claxton comes in. At 26 years old, standing 6 feet 10 inches with elite mobility, Claxton provides the kind of defensive versatility the Lakers desperately need. He's not just a shot blocker. He's a defensive quarterback capable of switching on pick and rolls and protecting the rim with an intensity that can change the outcome of games. Statistically, Claxton's 2024-25 numbers, 10.3 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game, might not leap off the page, but metrics don't lie. His impact on defensive efficiency is enormous. Claxton's presence forces opponents to alter shots, shrink their driving lanes, and second-guess their attacks in the paint. That kind of influence doesn't always show up on the scoreboard, but it wins championships. And for a team like the Lakers, operating under a title-or-bust mentality, that's exactly the kind of player who can turn postseason heartbreak into glory. However, no move is without risk. Claxton's offensive game remains limited. His 23.8% shooting from beyond the arc is a liability in today's spacing-driven NBA. Bringing him in could potentially clog the lane, making life more complicated for slashers like LeBron and Doncic. But here's the reality. This trade isn't about offense. It's about balance. It's about creating a defensive backbone that allows stars to dominate without worrying about the paint being exposed. Add to that the two future draft assets, one unprotected first-round pick in 2027 and a pick swap in 2029, and suddenly, the Lakers aren't just addressing a short-term weakness. They're securing long-term flexibility in a post-LeBron world. But what about Brooklyn? Why would they part ways with one of the league's most promising defensive centers? Let's dive into their perspective next, because that's where this rumor gets even more interesting. Why Brooklyn would agree to this deal. Now, let's flip the script and look at this from Brooklyn's perspective, because this is where the entire trade scenario starts to make sense. The Nets are in full rebuild mode. After finishing last season with a 26-56 record and sitting at 12th place in the Eastern Conference, it became crystal clear that the team needed a new direction. They've already doubled down on youth, drafting 5 rookies this past offseason, and now their strategy is all about developing that young core without tying up money in players who don't fit their timeline. Nick Claxton, while an elite defender, doesn't fit the long-term plan for Brooklyn. He's in his prime, under a 4-year, $97 million contract, a deal that makes sense for a contender but not for a team that's years away from competing. By trading Claxton now, Brooklyn not only secures financial flexibility, but also brings in 2 valuable pieces that align perfectly with their short-term needs: Austin Reaves and Gabe Vincent. Reaves is a proven scorer with an offensive versatility that allows him to both create and finish plays. He brings stability to an otherwise inexperienced roster, giving Brooklyn a reliable option who can mentor the younger players while still producing at a high level. His basketball IQ and ability to stretch the floor make him the ideal bridge between the old guard and the new generation of Nets. Gabe Vincent adds another layer of leadership and professionalism to the mix. Known for his playoff toughness and ability to hit big shots, Vince's presence will be crucial in guiding Brooklyn's young backcourt to the rigors of an NBA season. Let's not forget the hidden advantage for Brooklyn in this trade: salary relief. Offloading Claxton's contract gives the Nets room to take on expiring deals, absorb assets, and remain financially flexible for the next 3 years. A key element for a team looking to rebuild quickly and aggressively. The bottom line is this: Brooklyn walks away with 2 seasoned contributors, no long-term financial burden, and a better developmental environment for its young stars like Igor Demon and Nolan Traore. It's a move that checks every box for a franchise resetting its identity. But here's where things get really fascinating. For Lakers fans, the emotional weight of this potential move cannot be overstated. Austin Reaves isn't just another player. He's a symbol of grit, determination, and the underdog story that resonates deeply with his fan base. So what happens when a player like that is put on the trading block? Let's talk about the fan reaction and what this deal really means for the Lakers' future right after this. The emotional impact and the bigger picture for the Lakers. For Lakers Nation, the idea of parting ways with Austin Reaves hits on an emotional level. This is a player who wasn't drafted, who clawed his way into rotation, and eventually became a starter on one of the most iconic franchises in basketball. His relentless effort, combined with his ability to deliver in clutch moments, turned him into a fan favorite and a locker room glue guy. He played all 73 games last season, a testament to his durability and commitment. Trading him now, at a time when he's entering his prime, feels like ripping out a piece of the team's identity. But here's the harsh reality. The Lakers aren't playing for feel-good stories. They're playing for banners. With LeBron James still performing at an elite level and Luka Doncic newly added to the mix, the organization is all in on maximizing this championship window. Every move they make will be scrutinized through that lens. Does this get us closer to a title? Adding Claxton gives the Lakers something they've lacked for years: a defensive anchor who can control the paint and allow their stars to shine without carrying the burden on both ends of the floor. Imagine the defensive versatility when Claxton is patrolling the rim, freeing up Anthony Davis to play more aggressively on the perimeter or at the 4 spot where he's historically been most effective. Add Luka's playmaking and LeBron's leadership into that equation, and suddenly you have a team that can go toe-to-toe with any contender in the league. And let's not forget the long-term upside. Those extra draft picks in 2027 and 2029 aren't just throw-ins. They're strategic assets that give the Lakers options down the road. Whether they use those picks to rebuild post-LeBron or leverage them in future trades for more stars, the front office is keeping an eye on sustainability while addressing immediate needs. It's a calculated risk, and like every bold move in Lakers history, it's designed to keep the franchise in championship conversations. So here's the million-dollar question. Does the reward outweigh the risk? Will losing Reaves and Vincent disrupt team chemistry to the point where it backfires? Or will Claxton's defensive presence be the missing piece that elevates this team to the top of the Western Conference? Lakers fans, this is a debate that's going to dominate headlines, and we want to hear your take. Call to action. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Should the Lakers pull the trigger on this deal, or is Austin Reaves too valuable to let go? And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay ahead of every major Lakers update, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of breaking Lakers news. Because if this trade happens, it's going to shake the entire NBA, and you'll want to be here when it does.